Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something I know you're already pumped about e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be real.
Hmm.
I know you're thinking about launching your own online business.
Yeah.
So whether you're just kind of browsing for ideas or you're like, ready to open up shop tomorrow,
Right.
get ready because we've got a clear roadmap for you, packed with tips and strategies to help you really stand out in the digital world.
It really is an exciting time to be an entrepreneur, you know?
Yeah.
What I find so fascinating about e-commerce is how accessible it's become.
Right.
With passion and the right guidance.
Mhm.
Anyone can carve out their own space online.
Yeah, totally. And we've got a ton of great sources here to help us break it all down.
Absolutely.
Okay, first things first, we need to talk about finding your niche.
Mhm.
So instead of just like handmade goods,
Yeah.
you get specific, like, I don't know, vintage-inspired jewelry. You get what I mean?
Absolutely. It's about being the big fish in a smaller pond. Focusing on a niche lets you target your marketing, connect with the right customers, and even establish yourself as like an expert.
Yeah, you become the go-to person for that thing.
Exactly. Less jack of all trades, more master of one, you know?
I love that, and that makes so much sense, especially when you think about using tools like Google Trends. Say you're passionate about vintage clothing.
Okay.
You can actually compare like the search volume for vintage band tees versus vintage denim jackets.
Wow.
And boom, you've got data to back up your passion.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that data can show you the level of competition, too. You know, keywords with less competition could be your ticket to success.
Yeah, less competition, more customers for you.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've nailed down your niche.
Okay.
Now you need to actually stock those digital shelves.
Right.
Our sources highlight three main paths. You can make your own products. There's the super trendy drop shipping
Mm-hmm.
or good old-fashioned wholesale.
Right. Let's break those down. Making your own products gives you total control over quality. Which, you know, if you love crafting, that could be super rewarding. But it does demand more of your time and upfront investment.
Yeah, that makes sense. So drop shipping, that sounds pretty tempting. You're basically connecting buyers with cool products,
Yeah.
but without the headache of like storing all that inventory.
Right, exactly. It's a popular choice for beginners because it's low risk, low overhead. Platforms like Oberlo, Spocket, Zendrop,
Yeah.
they make it easy to find and connect with suppliers.
But doesn't that mean you have leads control like over branding and quality? You're kind of relying on someone else to handle the actual product?
That's a valid concern. That's why it's super important to really vet your suppliers,
Okay.
request samples,
Okay.
and consider factors like shipping times and their customer service.
You got to do your homework.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then if you're thinking bigger, and you got some money to invest, there's always wholesale.
Right.
That's like stocking your own little empire, right?
Exactly. Platforms like Alibaba and Faire connect you directly with manufacturers,
Mm-hmm.
which usually means lower costs per item,
Okay.
more control over branding, and potentially, higher profits.
So many options, so little time.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to finding the sourcing method that really fits your product, what you're comfortable with, and how much you're willing to put in.
Absolutely. It's about finding the right fit for you.
Okay, so you got your niche,
Yeah.
you figured out your sourcing.
Okay.
Now it's time to build your online empire. Choosing the right e-commerce platform, it's like picking the perfect storefront.
Mm-hmm.
Each platform has its own vibe, its own set of features,
Absolutely.
and of course its own price tag.
Right. So where do we even begin? Sometimes it feels like too many choices out there.
Seriously.
Well, our sources point to a few popular options.
Okay.
So Shopify. Starting at $29 a month, it's known for being easy to use, and they have really sleek designs.
Okay.
Then there's Wix. For the visual builders out there,
Yeah.
Wix starts at $27 a month.
That's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can launch a whole store online for like less than a fancy dinner.
I know, right? It's more accessible than people think.
Wow.
Now, for those who like to tinker a bit more, there's WordPress with the WooCommerce plugin.
Okay.
It's technically free, but you'll need hosting, which runs you about $10 a month.
Gotcha.
And of course, we can't forget Etsy. For all the handmade and vintage lovers out there,
Yeah.
it's got a built-in audience of shoppers who are ready to buy.
So many options.
Right. Choosing the right platform really comes down to your individual needs, your budget, and how tech-savvy you are. Don't be afraid to try out a few demos before you commit to one.
That's great advice. So you've picked your platform. What's next? Time to make it pretty. I'm talking store design and branding.
Yes. Think of it like setting the stage.
Okay.
You want your online store to be as welcoming as a physical store.
Right.
It should reflect your brand's personality and showcase your amazing products.
Makes sense. Our sources actually suggest starting with a pre-designed template. No need to reinvent the wheel, right?
Right, find one that matches your vibe.
Yeah.
And that's easy for customers to navigate.
Yeah. User-friendly is key.
Absolutely. Then you sprinkle in your branding magic.
Ooh, I like that.
Your logo, your color scheme, fonts, they all tell a story. Tools like Canva make it super easy to create a professional look without breaking the bank.
Canva is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, you've got the look down. But we can't forget about the heart of your store, the product pages.
This is where you turn browsers into buyers.
Okay.
High-quality photos are non-negotiable. Show your products in action. Zoom in on those details.
Yeah.
Let customers really picture themselves using and loving what you offer.
And those product descriptions.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
got to be clear, concise, and really focus on the benefits. Like, answer that unspoken question, what's in it for me?
Exactly. Showcase the value and how your product solves a problem or, fulfills a desire.
Yeah, make it irresistible.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've covered the fun stuff. Now for the less glamorous, but super important part, logistics. Payments and shipping, not exactly the sexiest topics,
Right.
but we got to get it right.
Absolutely. Might not be glamorous, but it's the backbone of a smooth customer experience.
For sure. So our sources recommend offering the usual suspects for payments. Credit cards,
Right.
PayPal, Stripe, the trusted trio.
Right.
But shipping, that can be a bit trickier.
Mm-hmm.
Flat rate, free shipping, real-time carrier calculations.
Yeah.
Which one is the magic bullet?
Each strategy has its pros and cons. The best option depends on your products, your profit margins, your target audience.
I see. So free shipping sounds tempting for customers, but it can eat into your profits if you're not careful.
Exactly. You need to factor those costs into your pricing strategy or, set a minimum order value for free shipping.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And real-time carrier calculations, they're super transparent.
They are.
But they might scare away those, price-sensitive shoppers.
That's true.
It's a tough call.
It is. I think experimenting with different options
Yeah.
and analyzing the data is really key to finding what works best for you.
Okay, so we've got our products, our platform, our branding, and even the logistics figured out.
All right.
What's next? The grand finale, the launch.
I can practically feel the excitement building.
We too. But hold on.
Yeah.
Before we hit that go live button, there's a crucial step,
Okay.
the pre-launch checklist, like a final dress rehearsal.
Yes.
Make sure everything is polished and ready for the spotlight.
Love that analogy.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. That's top of the list, right?
Absolutely. Click every button, go through that whole checkout process as if you were a customer,
Mm-hmm.
and squash any bugs before they reach your audience.
Gotcha. Make sure everything's running smoothly. Okay, so we've tested everything. What else is on this checklist?
You need a compelling About Us page.
Okay,
This is where you connect with your customers, share your story, build trust.
it's personal.
Exactly. People buy from people they like and trust.
That's so true.
Let your personality shine through.
Love it. Okay, and what about contact info? I'm assuming that's important.
Absolutely. Make it easy for customers to reach you with questions or concerns.
Right.
Contact form, email address, even a dedicated phone number. Clear communication channels build trust and make customers feel valued.
Okay, checklist complete. We're ready to open the doors and welcome the world to our awesome e-commerce store. But how do we get those customers lining up? I'm talking marketing, baby. Let's break it down.
Marketing is your megaphone, right? Broadcasting your brand story, attracting those eager customers.
Love it.
Our sources actually highlight a whole bunch of strategies,
Okay.
both free and paid, to get the word out.
Awesome. Let's start with the free stuff. Social media seems like a no-brainer these days. It's like having a virtual storefront window, right?
Precisely. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, you need to figure out where your audience hangs out
Right.
and create content that speaks to them. Think eye-catching product photos, behind-the-scenes glimpses, even those helpful how-to videos.
Ooh, and you can run contests and giveaways.
Oh, absolutely.
Build some excitement.
Like throwing a virtual launch party.
Exactly. And then there's SEO, or search engine optimization.
Right. Can't forget about that.
So that means when someone searches for vintage band tees,
Yeah,
your store pops up first, right?
exactly. It's about using the right keywords, writing informative product descriptions, and building a website that search engines love.
Okay, so it's a little bit technical.
It can be, but there are tons of resources out there to help you.
Awesome. So social media and SEO, that's like the dynamic duo of free marketing.
I like that.
What about joining online communities?
Oh, that's a great point.
Facebook groups, forums, even subreddits,
Huh?
all related to your niche.
You're building relationships, establishing yourself as a trusted voice.
Yeah.
Engage authentically, answer questions, be helpful, and when it's appropriate, share a link to your store.
It's like digital word of mouth. Okay, so we've covered the free stuff. Now, what about paid advertising? I know it can be a little scary, but it can also be super effective, right?
Absolutely. Paid advertising lets you target specific demographics, interests, even behaviors.
Okay.
You can reach a much wider audience and see results faster than with organic methods.
So it's about getting your message in front of the right people at the right time.
Exactly. Platforms like Google Ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, they offer really sophisticated targeting options.
Wow.
You can target people based on age, gender, location, interests, even their past purchases.
That's amazing. Like you can handpick the perfect audience for your message?
Exactly.
Okay, and what about influencer marketing? Isn't that a bit risky? Relying on someone else to represent your brand?
It can be tricky,
Yeah.
but when it's done right, it's
Yeah.
really effective. The key is to find influencers who genuinely align with your brand values and whose audience overlaps with yours.
So it's not just about finding someone with a ton of followers.
Right.
It's about finding someone who authentically connects with your ideal customer.
Exactly. It's about building trust through association. Their endorsement becomes a stamp of approval for your brand.
Yeah, I get that. So many marketing options.
I know. It can feel overwhelming.
Where do we even begin?
Start small, experiment, and see what works best for your brand and your budget.
Solid advice. Okay, you've got your store up and running, your marketing machine is humming,
Okay.
the orders are starting to roll in,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stop there.
Right. Nope.
We need to talk about building customer loyalty, turning those one-time buyers into lifelong fans.
Absolutely. It's about nurturing those relationships, exceeding expectations, and creating a brand experience that makes customers keep coming back for more.
So what's the secret sauce for building that kind of loyalty?
Our sources highlight a few key strategies.
Okay.
Discounts and special offers for first-time or repeat customers are always a good incentive.
Okay.
Building an email list lets you stay in touch, share news, and promote those special deals.
Keep them in the loop.
Exactly. And of course, exceptional customer service is paramount.
Yeah, you got to make those customers feel valued and appreciated.
Exactly. Prompt responses,
Mm-hmm.
personalized communication,
Yeah.
and that willingness to go the extra mile, that's how you turn a satisfied customer into a loyal advocate for your brand.
Word of mouth is the best advertising, right?
Yeah,
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Choosing a niche, finding products, building a store,
we have.
marketing like pros, and even cultivating customer loyalty. It feels like a lot to juggle.
It can be, especially for someone just starting out.
Yeah.
But remember, you don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Take it one step at a time, prioritize what's most important, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way.
That's reassuring. So it's about breaking down this massive project into smaller steps.
Exactly.
And speaking of steps, how long does it actually take to launch an e-commerce business?
Well, our sources outline a helpful 4-week plan,
Okay.
guiding you from that initial idea to launch day. But remember, everyone's journey is unique. Your timeline might be different depending on your circumstances.
So it's more like a guideline than a strict schedule.
Exactly. It's about setting realistic goals, breaking down the process,
Mm-hmm.
and celebrating those small wins along the way.
I love that. Okay, let's pause here for a moment.
Okay.
We've covered a lot.
We have.
And I know it can feel like a lot of information to absorb all at once.
It's a lot to process,
Yeah,
but it's also incredibly exciting.
it is.
We've laid the foundation, provided the building blocks, and now it's up to you to take this knowledge and build something amazing.
Yeah, it's like we've given you the tools, and now it's your turn to create a masterpiece.
Exactly.
So you've got the passion, the drive, and now the tools and strategies to turn your e-commerce dreams into reality. And as you embark on this journey, just remember that we're here to support you. Don't be afraid to seek out resources, ask questions, and connect with other entrepreneurs who are on this path with you. The e-commerce community is incredibly supportive. There's always someone willing to offer advice or lend a helping hand.
It's true. We're all in this together.
I love that. That's what I love about the deep dive. It's not just about giving information. It's about empowering our listeners to take action
Yeah.
and make their dreams a reality.